Hello guys, welcome to another episode of Ripster Daily Trade Recaps and Daily Teachings. Before we start, just a quick disclaimer: anything we discuss is just for educational purpose. Nothing is financial advice. All right, guys, another nice day today in the markets. Lot of rotation happening, moving the smaller caps, the mid caps are running. Bitcoin was strong, Tesla went crazy, the mag 7s were been little iffy, but the earning plays keep paying us. So a lot to learn today. I'm going to talk about our earning setups, our earning strategies, how to make the profitable trades with earning strategies. We'll discuss our winners, we'll discuss our losers, we'll discuss some of our insane MTF cloud setups that you could trade, the setups that you can repeat whole your life for consistent market gain, keeping the losers small, winners big. We will talk about the risk management as well. We'll take a look at some of the big movers because of the market rotation. We'll discuss all that. Just let's do a quick introduction to anybody who's new to our X accounts, new to our YouTube, or anybody new to our community. We trade a repeatable system called Ripster cloud trading system, which includes many other indicators and many other my trading concepts and teachings that I have been teaching for many years. Over 8-9 years I've been teaching this, and freely on ripstereducation.com, on Twitter. You can learn on YouTube, or you can also join our community. So these teachings, these concepts have changed many lives over the years. I show you every day how we do it. We are also live in our community, which is a 10 trade group, which is one of the largest trading communities online. We trade this system live there. I'm on the live screen, I'm on the live voice, I'm on the guiding the traders through this setups all day. So we make a plan in the pre-market to trade the setups in the stock market. Either we are trading stocks and options. We maybe have a plan. If we do day trade, swing trade, investment, whatever we do, we have a plan in the pre-market. Me and my team, we create this plan in the pre-market. I'm live in the pre-market, going through each plan. I highlighted anything that I like as a red. We have initial support system, maybe initial resistance pivot, my MTF cloud system, and then we have make an initial plan what we'd want to do. Like we will talk about CrowdStrike and MRVL, and we follow the plan. We do not trade impulsively. We do not trade gut feelings. We only trade our systems, my repeatable setups, intraday 14-15 setups. If some setup shows up, we trade it. We keep losers small, winners big. So that's how we do it. And then we will go through all these trade setups as well. But in addition to that, we also trade many other things. We trade crypto stocks, so we have our crypto watch list as well. The pre-market plan is provided to the traders to trade the cryptos using this Ripster clouds and using these levels. Then we also trade indices, ETFs, and mag 7s using these levels, and using Ripster clouds you can trade them consistently. We also have something called day 2 day 3 strategy, which is one of another repeatable strategy, very consistent strategy that we have a key tickers that we trade on our day 2 day 3 plan. And I cover that in my webinar, or you can learn as you watch these videos. You will learn these systems as well. I have thousands of videos on YouTube. I have a lot of shorts. I have a lot of time-stamped recaps. So you can go at trade10trade.com and you can go to the recap page. You can look at thousands of trades we do. We don't just do hindsight theory. We do everything live. Every trade is live guidance, live trade in the community. And of course, whenever I get time, I also share these setups and teachings on X as well, and market guidance. So there's a lot to learn here, guys, and that's a quick introduction. In our community, we have a lot of tools. We have option flow scanner, stock scanner, breaking news alerts, hold, unhold. So tools which are of $400 and $500, which are freely available for the traders in the community. We are not a signal service. We are not an alert service. My focus is to teach this repeatable setup so you guys can change your life with these teachings. Either you want to learn free from all my teachings, Ripster Education YouTube, or you want to join our community and trade along with us. Anyways, that's a quick introduction. Let's start with today's recap. All right, guys, let's start with the Tesla. Let's do the recap, starting the recap with Tesla here. Let's see how Tesla did for us today. So let's go to our pre-market game plan on Tesla. I'm going to go a little fast today. I have to be somewhere. So let's look at our Tesla game plan. There's a news on Uber, then German car sales fall, positive comment by Barron's, and there was also some bullish news on robotics by Trump. And robotics, of course, is bullish for Tesla. So Tesla, that was also the reason. So the pre-market was choppy, neutral bias no long under yesterday's close. But what I was watching on Tesla even yesterday was this breakout right here on Tesla, on the daily chart, which failed yesterday, but since I saw that breakout yesterday, I was still on my watch today. So this morning when I saw that Tesla is starting to show some volume, I saw for the flow. Always use the option flow to trade the Tesla. You can watch the previous videos that I have made on Tesla, Tesla trade for living. The option flow is very important. So just as I saw that, I just told the traders that you can long it, and at this candle pullback, 939, I told the traders put the stops at 431. Your stops are right here at 431. Long it breakout over yesterday high. So even if you long at 435, you have a $4 risk, or 434, reduce the size. So there's a $4 risk, but by the end of the day, we are making $10-15, so that's always a good trade. So anyways, when we longed it, there was some more flow coming in. So 440 calls on the flow came in on Tesla. I told the traders 440 flow is coming in. So 440 was our first target, and as we started to move up, we pushed our stops to 434. We hit our 440 target pretty quick, and the next target was 445s. We didn't really hit the 445s, as 20 cent short. Then we pulled back, and then we stopped out. So we stopped out. So this was our first move. But what happened later was Tesla got back over the clouds, right? And when it got back over the clouds, I told the traders you can get back in. And there's a robotic news, Trump is going to speak. And not only that, when I looked at my 30-minute chart, I saw that my 30-minute chart is my 30-minute chart is flagging. So 30-minute chart was flagging, and I told the traders that this is a 30-minute chart flag, and then it broke out of 30-minute chart and ran all day. So you see that when you have to go to the bigger time frame to get a clear picture. So anyways, Tesla was a beautiful trade from the morning. Timestamp guidance, option flow, the daily breakout. You could always trade TSLA. You could trade the Tesla options or TSLL, or you can trade the Tesla shares. It was a good risk to reward trade. If you traded 440 calls that were first target, they went from $4 to $10, 50% gain there for the traders. So if you risked and on the shares, if you risked $1,000, you easily made a couple of grand on this trade on Tesla today, and that was a beautiful trade. Let's go to the next one. Next, we're going to look at the PSTG. So PSTG was one of our earning plays. Earnings plays are really good. They have good momentum, good liquidity. You can really do good with your earning plays. So PSTG, bearish bias to short the pops unless 82 holds. So that was the plan on the PSTG in the pre-market. When I saw the weakness on PSTG, I told the traders to short it, and we shorted it. I think I got a little late entry at 70, 74 or something, but you should short it right away under this 77 level, and you short it. So PSTG was short, and then we flushed from PSTG short all the way to 69, 68. Even if you short, your stops are 27, let's say you're shorting at 75, your risk is $2, but you're making $7. You're risking $2 grand, you're making $7 grand. That's kind of risk reward you want to do with the shares. Shorting, you need to learn to short. Even if you buy puts were not too liquid, the shares were much better. But anyways, PSTG was a beautiful short trade for the traders in the community today. You can see the timestamp guidance. We continue to move our stops lower, 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 lower. Never really stopped us out until end of the day. Even that one failed. So PSTG was a beautiful winner on the short side for us. Alright, so next one we're going to look at is MRVL. So MRVL, another earning play. Remember, whenever there is earning, there's opportunity. Always look at your daily chart, that decide what it's going to do. So MRVL was, opening the gap around 100. So plan was simple. This is my 100 psychological level. You can trade for living, for life when you trade using 100 level. So plan was to trade versus 100, gap and crap under it. So I gave that plan in the pre-market, gap and crap versus 100 and long over it. So as soon as you see that 100 is breaking down, initially there was no trade there because it was neither a long nor a short, but I did tell the traders do not long it under 100. Many traders wanted to long it, no long. Then finally you could short when you see this rejection, you could short it. When it makes a bear flag, hold the short, and you take the short from 100 all the way to 96. So you can see that I gave the target of MTFs. I told the traders not to long under 100. 100 rejection was the short, the target was MTFs. We hit our targets, and then we hit the calls. This is the 512 calls. You can make a couple grand on 1,000 shares here and even 500 shares, and you can buy the shares long here on the Ripster 512 calls, and you can take it back to the 100. So both ways you can make money. You can see that I told the traders to close the short right here. I also sent a price alert to close the short, and my traders already know it's a 512 call. Our first target is always 34.50. So that call happened, and we pushed all the way to 100 for a beautiful short and long setup. We'll be watching it tomorrow as well. It's a repeatable strategy. This is not something we have done first time. We do it again and again and again and again, and we will do it again. So let's go to the next one here. Next one we're going to look at is CrowdStrike. So CrowdStrike was a similar earning play. The key thing in the CrowdStrike was that CrowdStrike was at 500. Bearish bias trade versus 500, short under it, long over it. So that was the plan. So initially CrowdStrike, again, simple trade was to short it. Any bounce to the 500, shorted, but then it started to swipe up. I told the traders to put their stops break even at 500. We stopped out, and once it started to curl, I told the traders to long versus 500, and if you're a little late, put your stops at 500 or put a little higher. So we did push. You can see that long versus 500, stops at 501.50. We pushed, then it pulled back. So we exited because this pullback, because it was breaking the clouds. But you can't just look at the clouds, you also have to look at the support. So 502 was a clear support. As you see, I told the traders, some traders were still in that trade, that 502 is a clear support, but no breakout yet. So once it started to curl, then I told the traders you can get back in. It's a flag breakout. You put your stops at 504, and then you put at 504. This is the MTF cloud, Ripster MTF cloud breakout, and from that Mr. MTF cloud breakout, we ran all the way to 516. So that was a beautiful trade. You could risk $3 and make $10 on this trade. Such a beautiful trade. So we hit most of our targets. We were hitting on the the CrowdStrike, and then finally it broke down and we exited it, even though it reclaimed. So there's a concept of if something reclaims the clouds, it is even more bullish. This is the concept. Reclaims, it's even more bullish. But anyways, most of our trade was gone, but you could always trade back on the 512. So CrowdStrike was another winner, long as well. Short was not much, but the long was very nice versus 500 psychological level. So these are two great examples to watch, these 500 psychological level, or you watch the 100 psychological level for your trades. Let's look at the next one. So next one I'm going to look at is MDB Loser. So MDB was our day 2 loser here. The plan was simple on the pre-market plan on MDB. The day 2 plan was day 2 trade versus 400, long over 404 or 512 calls, right? So MDB, so 400, this was the 400, but you see the candles up, down, up, down, up, down. So we were trying to short it, it stopped us out. We were trying to long it, it stopped us out. So that was a choppy $2 per share loser, and then we just left it alone. You see that it didn't give us anything. So you need to understand, when something does these kind of candles, there's no trend. There is simply no trend. Yes, you could hold with the 400 stops, but it's a waste of time all day. So it's a consolidation. So that was a loser, because it was sideways all day, no trend. Not a big loser because it didn't really fade and didn't really squeeze, but it was a loser, and that's how we keep the losers small. So we had another loser in the community, that was MSTR. So we were trying to long this breakout on MSTR because Bitcoin was pretty strong today. So Bitcoin was pretty strong, so we were trying to break out this. You see this breakout candle, did not break out, and then we stopped out here. So I told the trader, not working, stops 185, we exit. So we took a loss there as well. You see how we're keeping our losers small and our winners like Tesla and all those super duper big. So let me show you some more setups here. Let's talk about UNH. So UNH was also on our game plan. So let's take a look. UNH was a really a big winner. This is the MTF cloud 1. You get long here, MTF cloud 2, hold it, and you hold till the next MTF. The options really went 500%. Your $1,000 being $5,000 on this trade. Let's look at the pre-market plan on UNH. I highlighted it as a red, long over MTF, avoid under it. I was busy in Tesla, but a lot of the traders in the community were trading UNH. They were trading the repeatable setup, and they literally had a home run on that trade. DDAO gave the long to the community on the 2021, and he got a long, and he told everybody to long it, and you could see that 941, this is where you long, your stops are here. And UNH ran all day long from our pre-market planning. Whenever there's MTF clouds, you use them, and whenever they pushes through 1 MTF, you get to the 1 MTF. If you held your, let's say your options, you like a 330 or something, they went 400%, you literally turned your $1,000 into $4,000. So because you need to hold as long as the 512 clouds hold. And if you're trying to learn how to trade these setups, just if you're trading options, trade 1 contract. If you're trading shares, try to trade 50 shares. Just small sizes, try to learn. Because even if you had 50 shares, what would you lose? You would lose $100 if it didn't work. But if it works, and it worked, you ended up making almost $1,000 there on that trade. So I'm going to look at Circle. Circle was also today, this morning in the pre-market plan, I clearly told the traders keep eye on the day twos. I also told them to watch the Bitcoin, check the crypto sheet, follow the cloud. If Bitcoin is going, I did a short video yesterday as well. You need to find those opportunities. We give these levels of coin, MSTR, everything on those Bitcoin plays. Of course, Circle is one of the main plays as well. So Circle, as soon as I saw this curl, I told the traders to long versus 512, put the stops under 79.50, and from that curl at 10 a.m. it continued to push all day long. We moved the stops up to 8250. I told the traders MTF magnet, so that means your target is MTF magnet, right? And that was middle of the day. Even though we broke down, we reclaimed, and this is even more bullish. You can get back in. Let's say you stopped out here, you can get back in. Whenever the cloud goes from MTF, always reaches the second MTF, just like I told everybody middle of the day that MTF magnet we're gonna hit, and 8250 was your stops, and you can see that how it pushed all day long. So it was a beautiful winner for us on Circle as well. Also always on our pre-market game plan here, gap and go over 83.40 or 512 curls. So that's a beautiful trade on there on Circle. Any other trades in the community today? Today was just a crazy day because if you see there was rotation going on. What is rotation? When you see Magnificent Seven, they are not doing that much. You see Netflix was selling off, Apple bounced and sold off, Microsoft was selling off, but IWM was going, right? So IWM was going, so that is a rotation because the money is flowing into the smaller names. Let me show you one example of this name I had on my watch list, AMKR, on long over pre-market highs. Had a good news, Intel chip packaging production, working with it, and AMKR, one of the small cap high growth names, as soon as it broke out, ran. Just look at this. That's why I put these plays on my watch list. You see that this was the plan, long over the pre-market highs, one of our top plays there, and it ran all day. You could easily make $3 per share profit on that trade. So this is the concept that we call it as a rotation. This is the rotation because the smaller caps were going, and not only that, you were seeing that many other haughty names which are also small cap, high growth, which need cash, which need money, loan money, they're impacted by the rate interest. So those are the small cap names that usually run, and that's exactly what happened today. A lot of those names were running. If you look at our hotties list, QBT ran all day, ASTS, Rocket Lab, SMR, Oklo, NNE. So you need to identify this rotation and focus on these trade setups. December, a lot of microcaps run as well. Need to identify this rotation, and you can long IWM. We provide these levels for the traders on the IWM in the pre-market. You can see that IWM 246 resistance, 246.50. Once that resistance was gone, IWM ran all day. So that's a concept of rotation, guys. Always remember this, and that's a really good one. All right, so next one we're going to look at is Hood. So Hood was also one of our top plays in the community. I was busy with other trades, but the traders took it long here. Let's look at Hood. Double MTF support. So the thing I want to talk about is the double MTF cloud. Actually triple, 1, 2, 3. Double MTF gives you added conviction to buy it, hold it, add into the breakout, trade all day long. So that's a double MTF, and also the daily breakout, daily chart, 1 hour everything bullish. So, and also the crypto bullish. So that means you could trade that long. So the double MTF setup, remember it. You could also see the PLTR. So PLTR was also a beautiful double MTF there. So so PLTR bounced from this MTF, pushed over this MTF, completed the MTF magnet. So these are the setups work, guys. You just need to know when to enter, when to exit, when there's a high probability long trade, and find these opportunities with the earnings season rotation. SPY QQQ was not much today. I don't have time. We'll talk about it later. It's in a range bound, but definitely IWM is running. Hopefully you guys learned a lot. Thank you. Take care. Bye bye.